No, man, I'll tell you guys, I did not want to stop riding this bike. But I gotta go put it in the garage now, charge it. It's still got 70% charge though, so I wonder how backing it up is out of here. Yeah, just don't lean it over too much. This is where I would normally park. Actually, I should probably back it in, huh? Yeah, that's okay. So on my Impulse, the charge port is like right here. So I plug it in, and the cord comes out this way. Okay, on the Energica, it comes out on the right side, on the back. Okay, right here. So I'm gonna have to bring the charge cable all the way over here to charge it. So, yeah, whatever, no biggie. Well, I tell you this, man, that Electrify America cable was so fat and thick and heavy. I was like, I'm afraid it's gonna break the CCS port on this bike. Oh my god, that thing was so heavy. That 150 kilowatts, man. I don't know what can charge at that. This one doesn't charge at 150 kilowatts. That is an insane amount of power, dude. So, I mean, really, if you can save money by charging your bike faster, because they don't charge by the kilowatt, they charge by the minute. Okay, the longer you're there, the more, and your bike takes longer to charge when it gets to the upper state of charge. So that's another thing. So I had to pay for. You know what? Let me go take my helmet off. All right, here's me out. Okay, guys, I made it to the garage. Okay, the Trevor's EVA 107 made it to the garage, no problems. All right. How am I gonna get it out of here? I don't know, man. Well, it has a reverse function, so it'll be easy to back it up. Okay, well, there it is. It fits in there quite nicely. It is definitely a beefier bike than the Impulse. I'll tell you that. Yeah, look at how big the rear wheel is, man. It's humongous. So I just wanted to make a comment about I had to pay to charge one time today, okay, and it was $8 and we rode 50 miles to charge that $8. Okay, 50 miles, like 50 miles per gallon, right? Let's say, my KLR gets 50 miles per gallon, so to ride 50 miles only costs like $3. So literally charging at that EVgo station, it costs double the money it does to put gasoline in a motorcycle. So that's kind of like you're paying for the convenience to get your bike charged faster. Okay, now the J plugs are free. Most of them were free. Now all the other DC fast charge stations that I went to were free. Can you believe that? What was it? Yeah, the EVgo was the only one I had to pay. Actually, I think the EVgo at Stone Ridge Mall that we used the J plug to charge at. We did a level 2 charge. Sorry, the light turned off. Yeah, we did a level 2 charge in Stone Ridge, and I think that was free. I think the J plug is the J1772 Connect chargers are free. So that was free. We didn't have to pay for that. And then we went to ChargePoint. We went to ChargePoint HQ, and they had a bunch of chargers there. And that's the way I see it should be. It should be like that. Why can't you just have like a freaking gas station with a bunch of chargers so everybody could charge there? That's what needs to happen. And they have to be like all over the place pretty much, or at least around like the major places you would travel. So I mean, I was trying to find a way to get this bike over Mount Hamilton, and I was like, there's no chargers around Mount Hamilton. There's one at Quimby Road where there's a temple there. There's a Sikh temple there, but they won't let you in because
COVID-19. So that happened to me when I was riding this bike. So I wanted to use the charger there, and they wouldn't let us use it. So yeah, I mean, it's just the charger network is just crappy, you know. But when you can get the DC fast charging working properly, it works great. The Electrify America didn't work. I tried it like a couple times. It made the bike crash. Okay, it froze the computer on it, and I had to reset the bike. So I found out I had to call Energica up. Hey, this is what's happening, and they told me, okay, you need to restart the bike. I'm like, okay, how do I do that? And then you got to hold the mode button and the set button here, and it restarts it, and then you're good to go. But then it also, like, it was kind of a little wonky after, like, it wouldn't start up for a while, and I was like, oh, this is what a pain in the ass. And then we went to the EVgo station at Walmart, okay, and the Leaf, there was a Leaf that that pulled up right in front of me, okay, and they took the good charger, okay, and then the charger that I went to, the CCS connector was broken. And I didn't know it was broken until I looked at it in the app. It was broken. So I was like, what the heck? Why can't you just put like a sign on it that says it's broken? Yeah, it wasn't working at all. It just kept on telling me to plug it in. It didn't do anything to the bike. So I'm like, oh man. And then the Leaf was charging on the other one, so I couldn't use it. So, and he wasn't even using a CCS connector. He was using a CHAdeMO. So the other one probably had a CHAdeMO probably works on the other one. I don't know, man. But so yeah, and we wound up not going to that. We wound up not going to that charger, and we went back to the mall again. So I went back and forth again. So, but it turns out on the other side of the Great Mall was an EVgo charger. Okay, so I'm not supposed to use Electrify America anymore. It don't work. So until they fix that firmware problem. But yeah, what was the problem? Yeah, so that's where we charged it, and it was $8. Okay, and then we went to ChargePoint HQ, and they free power, man, free DC fast charging. That's the first time I used a ChargePoint station. Pretty much, well, I did have to use my little card. I used the card for my Impulse, but I think you could use your phone to start it up, you could probably just plug it in and it would thing. But this is the RFID card for ChargePoint. Okay, so you probably want to get one of those. But I have the EVgo card also. I paid $8 to charge it for 50 miles of range. I was like, what the heck, dude? What else was the problem? Yeah. So we charge it at ChargePoint because we couldn't use the Electrify America charger on Highway 9, okay? And then we stopped by Highway 9 and we looked at the chargers. And then we left because I knew I shouldn't use it. I didn't try to use it. I didn't want the bike to crash again, okay? And then we rode up Highway 9. And then the next charger we went to was at an elementary school, okay? I went to this Gardner Bullis elementary school, and they had chargers in the parking lot. That was nice. There's a bunch of schools around that area that have chargers in the parking lot. I don't know why, that community seems to have embraced the EV lifestyle. That's what I'm going to say. Maybe they like clean air, But yeah, in the front parking lot was a bunch of J1772 EVSEs. And then, so you had to go to the back. I looked in the app. I was like, that's weird. It says there's a DC fast charger here. You have to actually go into the staff parking lot. You have to go past the parking lot in the front, and then there was one DC fast charger there, and luckily nobody was parked there. Okay, so lucky me. So the rest of the day I did pretty good on the charging, except for like the first time we tried to DC fast charge it. It was such a headache, man. But once it started working, it was great, And the rest of the times it was free. I didn't have to pay at all. So there's a lot of free chargers out there. So that's good. I mean, I think you should probably pay, but like to charge this motorcycle on a DC fast charger at 43 cents a minute it's a ripoff, dude. I'll tell you. That's like twice the price you would be paying if you're putting gasoline in the bike. I don't think that's right, man. If you go to some J1772 stations, a level 2 charge, it's usually about 20 cents or 25 cents. If it's more than that, they're ripping you off, okay? You're just paying for the convenience you need to charge, So yeah, that's what I'm going to say. But that's 20 cents a kilowatt. They charge by the kilowatt, so however many kilowatt you're putting in. So it's actually not that bad. This bike, if you, let's say you had 5 kilowatts, and or let's say you're going to charge 10 kilowatts. You ate up like 13 of the 10. You ate 10 of the 13 kilowatts. All right, you're going to put 10 kilowatts in this bike. That's 10 times 20 cents. That's like $2, right? 10, yeah, something like that. I'll put a subtitle below if that my math is right. But yeah, it would be $2 to charge your bike up to full again. That's actually reasonable. You know, I would pay $2 to charge it. But yeah, it's just like, you know, it's not that economical is what I want to say. If you have to pay the DC fast charge, this is what I want to say. But hey, if you got to do it, you got to do it, because sometimes there's just, you know, the chargers are out there, you know. Once again, Hades Mega's just gonna say it. The DC's fast charge, not even the DC fast, the electric vehicle charging infrastructure is just not good enough yet. Okay, it's not like a gas station. You can't just pull up and charge. You know, why can't they just have something like that? You know, I don't understand. It's not that difficult. You know, instead of a gas station, you got an electrical station. You know, but no, they don't have anything like that. They have to plop the chargers down, you know, at Walmart or something, you know. Now, the good thing is, like, yeah, when they do it at the shopping center like that, you got places to go and things to do while you're charging. If you're DC fast charging, I'll tell you this, don't leave your bike too long, because it'll be done charging in the jiffy, man. 10, 15 minutes, it's done already, you know. You would be surprised how much time could go by, you know, waiting for your thing to charge, you know. Most of the time I was there for like 20 minutes waiting for the bike to charge, but the 20 minutes just went by like that, you know. Charging at a regular charging station, like a level 2 station, you'd be there for like a long time, dude. You better, like, even at 3 kilowatts, it's not very fast, man. The DC fast charging is awesome, dude. You can literally sit there, you know, you can sit there and then check your stuff, do some stuff on your phone, and then boom, it's done already, you know, or you're at 80% already, you know. My suggestion is, if you use a DC fast charger and you're paying, charge it to 80%, and if there's a J1772 charging station, go move to that one and then plug it in there, because it's going to charge slower after 80%, okay? Maybe like 90%, I don't know. But yeah, you don't pay for the energy, you pay for the time you're at the machine. So, and this motorcycle just doesn't charge that as fast as those you know, EVs. You know, the EVs got like huge battery packs, like 100 kilowatt, you know. This one's only 13. It's freaking tiny. So the DC fast charger just charges this up right away, man. So that makes me wonder how the Rebelle is charging, because it's the battery's almost twice as big on the Rebelle, so it would take twice as long to charge, is what I think, man. So anyway, so I'm probably gonna around midnight I'll probably plug the bike in and then top it off, and then take it back to Trevor tomorrow. So thanks for letting me ride your bike, Trevor. I paid him $150, and I got to ride an Italian superbike for today, and I loved it. Can't wait. I want to get one, man. It's so nice, dude, and it's so fast. One thing I noticed is the speedometer is off by a little bit. It's off by like 5 to 10 miles an hour. The faster you go, the more the speedometer is off. It's kind of like my Lightbee. My Lightbee has the same problem, man. The faster you go, the more the difference is from the GPS, okay? And I felt that was the case, because it felt like we were going really fast. No. It sounded like we were going. It says you're going really fast, like 100, 110 miles an hour. But I'm like, I don't feel like we're going that fast. So yeah, that's what I want to say. It feels like what it's telling you, how fast you're going and how fast you're really going, is not right, okay? And it's off by like 5 to 10 miles an hour, depending on how fast you're going. Like, I was going like 80, and it says we're going like 70 or something, somewhere around 70. So I'm not sure, man. But it felt like. Anyway, if you would like to rent Trevor's Energica Eva, I rented it. I think it's about almost $150 through Ridershare, okay? I had a great time riding it. I think Trevor's got to get new tires soon. The center section is wearing out a whole lot. These tires are really, really soft. Stuff sticks to them really easily. Now the tires are super. They're like super bike tires. So, yeah. So, all right. I really enjoyed it. I really want to get me one of these. I don't know if I would get the SS9 or the Eva, just the regular Eva. I like them both. I think. I don't know. I like this one. I like it. I could live with this bike. Yeah. If there was more free DC fast charging, that would be great. But yeah. So we've got 71% left after that last ride from I think we're in Palo Alto or something. So it ate up about 30%. I think after that, I think if I was to ride that with the Impulse, I think I would be close to 50% right there. So I feel range-wise, this bike does a little bit better than the Impulse, and that's to be expected. It's got a 13 kilowatt hour battery pack, and the Impulse has a 10.5. But it's not really that much better. I feel like it'll probably do 10 miles more. So where the Impulse can do 60, I think, you know, a good number is like 70 on this bike, or maybe 80. It was kind of cool today. It was about 70 degrees, 70-ish. Maybe if it was a little warmer, you might get better range, you know. But yeah, man, it is so fast, and Highway 9 was my favorite section. This bike was a lot of fun to ride on Highway 9. I could just really just lean it into the corners, and then just it flows really good, you know. I felt this bike did really good. This bike, even though Highway 9 is pretty twisty, man. So, yeah, anything twistier than that, I think it's kind of a handful to ride. All right, and then my wrist hurt too on it too, after a while. But you got the cruise control, so if you're on the highway or something, you can just put the cruise control on and just rest your hand for a little while. I like that. And I thought the aerodynamics on the bike was pretty good. Even if it was naked, it was still pretty comfortable to ride with the wind. I don't feel it was too windy at the end of the day, but definitely at the beginning of the day, it was really windy when I rode my Impulse up there. The aerodynamics are better on this than the Impulse. It could be like this fairing here, or this fairing down here is a lot better than the one that's on the Impulse, because this doesn't even have a big windscreen. This is it. This teeny tiny little thing is the windscreen on this bike. So yeah. All right, I really enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Hades Miguel. Okay, so here's some extra stats here. I rode a total of 125 miles according to the GPX logger. Yeah, so I turned this on. I think I turned this on when we were at the mall. I'm not sure. I did reset the trip meter on that too, and it's pretty much the same. That one says 121 and this is 125. So I think this one is a little more accurate. I think I turned this one a little earlier. And I'll have maps of all the routes and stuff we take. I'm going to get them from this. All right, so yeah. So 125 miles on the Energica Eva 107. All right, this is the one with the smaller battery pack. Trevor said he got this for about 15,000. They're selling these pretty cheap now, because I think these used to be 23,000, and then the Rebelle came out, and yeah, so that one, is the normal price now. Well, this one is highly discounted. So if you want to get an Energica, if you want to buy Energica with a smaller battery pack, now is a good time to do it. It's okay, before they don't sell them anymore. I don't know if they will just stop selling them. I'm not sure, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think they purchased this at Calmoto, because it has a Calmoto license plate on it. Okay, so go to Calmoto if you want to buy a Energica motorcycle. They'll have you can get an Ego, the Eva SS, or the Eva right here. Okay, cool deal. All right, here we go. Also, another thing I'd like to note is that the lack of luggage on this bike. There's nowhere to store anything on this bike. You know what? You can probably store something under the seat. I think I saw some, that's where you would put your registration and stuff, But there's really nowhere to put anything on this bike, man. Could you throw your key in there and lock it in there? Yeah, I think you could. You could probably put it on top of the charge port and then close this, and then, oh, where's my key? Okay. But yeah, I think there might be a little bit of storage here. See, yeah, there's a paper thing under here. But that's the only storage that's on the bike at all, you know. Really? Was there anything to strap under there? Nope, not really. Okay. Yeah, there's no storage on this bike whatsoever. Okay. It's kind of sucks that you can't put a trunk like this on it, because of the way they designed the tail. I don't think there's any way you could do that, because this has to swing back. Okay. Let's see, let's open it again. Yeah, it has to swing back this far. So if you were to put a trunk, it would have to stick out like way back here. So that wouldn't work too well. So no trunks, unfortunately. Hades Mega loves having a trunk. I'll tell you that. It's makes your bike very utilitarian. There are some saddlebags that they have for this. You know what? There are like some bags that you can put on here. You can't put like a giant loop saddlebag on this. I mean, I guess you could, but you'd have to take it off every time you want to charge because the charge port is underneath. That's one of the designs I don't like about the Energica. I don't like having the charge port under the seat, man. I wish it was right here on the tank, like the Impulse and like the Livewire, man. I don't like it under the seat. That's a horrible place to put it, man, because you want to put stuff on the seat. You can't put a saddlebag on it. You can't put a trunk on it. You can put they have this little bags that go on the side of them. So there's that, and there's a tank bag that goes for this. I'm sure you could probably find some kind of tank bag that would work with this too. So that would work, I guess. I don't know what other storage options there are in it, but I really want a trunk, man. Trunk is super handy to have. I know it makes your bike look dorky, but I just like being able to carry stuff places, you know. So yeah, that's one of my gripes about the at least the Eva, you know. Maybe the Eva SS you might be able to put a trunk, but this one you can't put a trunk, unfortunately. Look at how far the tail doesn't stick out very far on this bike either. The tail like boom right here, okay, and then you got this fender looking thing here. See how this one, the tail goes all the way to the end of the wheel, man. The wheel's just naked out there, you know. Yeah, even like a GPZ 750 right here. See, the tail goes all the way to the back of the wheel. This one doesn't. It goes like halfway. It's kind of weird. It has a hugger too. Yeah, I mean, I guess this could be your fender, but yeah, the tail is just really tiny on this bike. I feel like it should be longer. You know, they should have. If they just made this longer, they could have like a compartment to put stuff in there. You know? Maybe they just didn't want, to add more weight to the bike, to an already heavy bike. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, the lack of not being able to put a trunk on it, yeah, that might be, that might be the deal breaker for Ace Omega. Like, there's just nowhere to put stuff on this bike, man. That's what I noticed. Is I don't want to be riding around with the backpack all the time, you know. That's what I'm gonna say. All right. So yeah, that's another gripe Hades. That's a gripe Hades Omega has about the Energica, because you can't put a trunk on it. There's really not that many good luggage options for it. I should probably look. There might be some kind of aftermarket stuff. I'm not sure. I'm sure you could probably get a handlebar bag or something, Strap a tank bag. They got something that goes on the side here. Yeah. I mean, it's just such a shame, because it would make a decent touring bike. You saw that we were able to ride all over the place today for like 100-something miles. So you could totally do like 200 miles on this bike in a day, Be fairly comfortable. All right, so yeah, that's another thing Hades Omega was thinking about. Yeah, there's lack of luggage options, just like the Impulse. The Impulse doesn't have. The Impulse actually does have stuff like that. There's Givi racks, and then I made a tail rack for it, and the tail rack looks good on the bike. I don't know if a tail rack will look good on this bike. So, but I don't think you could, because the way the seat hops up, So yeah. It's only made to look. It's only made to be fast, man. It's not made to be utility. The Energica needs to make like an adventure bike or something. All right, it's big out. Okay, so here's another interesting thing I found out about the Energica Eva. The tire pressure, okay? Cold tire pressure, 42 psi front, 42 psi rear. Holy moly, okay? It runs a 120 front and a 180 rear. Yeah, dude, 42 psi. I'll tell you this: the Impulse has the exact same tire pressure, so and it's too much. Okay, everyone's told me like, yeah, that's too much tire pressure. You should be running like no more than 38 is my guess. Anyway, I took the cap off. Let's see what's in the tire. What's in there right now? Okay, I'm just gonna. You probably can't read it, but I'm just gonna check the tire pressure. I don't even have any air hooked up to this. Oh, now I have to put air pressure in it. It's 42. It's what it's supposed to be. It was 42, okay? Yeah. Too good this doesn't have a hold function, but yeah, it said 42. I was like 42.6. I was like, holy moly, that's yeah, there's a lot of tire pressure in there, man. So the tire pressure was right. I don't know. The bike kind of felt a little squirrely and stuff. Maybe if you let some tire pressure. Well, that being said, it is probably a pretty heavy bike, so maybe you do want to keep the tire pressure up. Might bend the rim or something, you know. But yeah, it's the right tire pressure. At least the back is. So 42, man. All right, let's big out.